This is the story of a great love for a people in exile, of a woman who crossed the world to support the struggling minority of her Celtic clan and discovered another race more severely dispossessed than her own in newly colonised Australia. This is the story of an extraordinary woman, a pioneer educator, welfare reformer, advocate and policymaker. She led a group of courageous Irish women committed in faith to the pursuit of justice and compassion. They were called Sisters of Mercy, and they first set foot on Australian shores over 150 years ago. Her name was Ursula Frayne.
My dear Sister Anne Xavier, finding myself with a little leisure and complying with your endless requests to do so, I commence my long-promised sketches of conventual life in the bush and address them to you, my loved companion and faithful friend of 19 years. The Order of Mercy had been newly founded by Catherine Macaulay. From Dublin, it had extended throughout Ireland, England, and North America. But as yet, the line of separation between the two hemispheres had not been passed by our sisters. When one day, in the autumn of 1845, young Bishop Brady came from Australia to the convent in Baggot Street, Dublin, to request help in the new Diocese of Perth in Western Australia. The greatest need was for education, to break the bread of instruction for the local people, many of whom were our own Irish migrants. I volunteered, and having been named the leader of the group of 7, we set sail for that distant land in a good ship, the Elizabeth. As the ship sailed away from my homeland, I stood on the deck asking myself, what am I doing leaving everyone and everything I know and love? How will I cope with this empty feeling in my heart? I prayed, God of mercy, I go with a sense of your call. Let it be true, and give me strength for the journey. And so it was that we sailed on, and a convent came to be established in the bush of Australia. Aboard were Bishop Brady, the Spanish Benedictine monks, Sarah and Salvador, 5 other Sisters of Mercy, including Anne Xavier.
Arriving on shore in Fremantle on January the 8th, 1846, they set foot on the sandy Australian soil for the first time.
The whole population of the village numbered hardly 30 persons, if so many. Amongst them were 2 Aboriginal people, who in their boccas, or short cloaks of kangaroo skin, looked really majestic, as if they were lords of the soil. The day after our arrival in Fremantle, we had a most delightful trip up the Swan River to the settlement of Perth. A strong sea breeze tempered the heat of a blazing sun. The scenery was charming, the river broad and winding. Nature there had undivided empire. At length, we came to a landing place. A long, dusty track finally led to the Catholic Church, which we entered. There we gave thanks to our God of mercy for the watchful care over us during the voyage and for bringing us safe to our journey's end. A few minutes sufficed for this duty. We walked out from the church, expecting to be taken to the home provided for us. But alas, no housing was available. We stood in the wilds of Australia in that midsummer heat, and literally, like Jesus, we had nowhere to rest our heads.